We are back. Yes, indeed. Mike Horsen, WPKN. And the great Jennifer Horak is spelling out my name in sign. She's doing the ASL today. Anyway, great afternoon. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. That's what I've been told to tell you. We're going to look at the clouds. We'll see what's happening. We'll let you know what's going on with that. But if you might want to just batten down the tents later on this afternoon, but don't worry about it now. Quick question. How many people have been to a TED conference? How many people have actually spoken at a TED conference? My next artist has spoken at a TED conference as a singer-songwriter. And not only that, but he's a fabulous guy, great personality. He's from where I'm from, Fairfield, Connecticut, sold out shows there. My honor and pleasure to welcome Stephen Kellogg.
Do it, brother. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, buddy. Yes. There's no danger of that not happening, so I'm the most. Yeah, you guys, thank you. Thank you for being here. It's wonderful to see you, wonderful to sing songs for you. Had a great time last night. I just told Katrina Niels yesterday, I said I can't run anymore because I tried to run earlier this week and I ran for 6 minutes and had to stop because it hurt too much. And then I had a set before their set and I ran. So it was kind of like, I believe again, and I'm going to put that heart into this set. And if you're not clear on what that story was all about, that's okay. It'll get better. It'll be good. Oh, Thanksgiving, the harvest draws to a close. Pride of man will swallow him, for he reaps what he sows. Oh, living is harder every day. Only in the darkness can you see you lost your way. Well, I recollect the rose of Sharon had come back again, and the trees were blowing in the breeze all high above my head, when a cavalcade of memories appeared to me in words I wished I'd said. From that point on, a song stayed in my thoughts most of the time, but when I tried to sing it out loud, it would always leave my mind like the things you know are true, but never can explain when you get asked. A melody floating just within your grasp. It goes. When I was a child, I always remember the way I would feel for Thursday, November. My uncles would play, there would be music, and I was taking it in. Only much later, I noticed the drinking, the feeling my family was growing and sinking. St. Petersburg Palace, stained glass and sun, they were well on their way. I had only begun to go, yeah. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. So boy meets a girl, Venus and Adonis, friendship on fire, adulthood upon us. They teach you to fly, then spend all of their time standing over you, clipping your wings. Where there was a me, there could be an us. I dreamt about money, but she talked about trust. She is my axis, death is by foxes, and we were well on our way. In America, this is home. Stories, everybody's got one. This is mine, you will have your own, but there's nothing like the real thing, nothing like it. It's cleaner than Christmas or our wedding day. I knew her father was pissed, though he wouldn't say it, and I would be too. And someday I will be. No kids could be good enough. I'm taking on Sundays, I'm taking on owls. I'm catching a glimpse of the wolf as it howls. I got a lot of nice things, got a really nice house, and done is so beautiful. On Father's Day, I'm thinking of mothers. I could only suppose that they're thinking of others. Insurance is up, it came in the mail, yeah. It kills me what they're charging for little white pills. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Well, I blow through the years like a mother defending its own, and I fear that I'm driving on spare tires. Seems like I'll never get home, like I'll never get home, like I'm getting threadbare. Well, I can't find my way. She showed me the map, and I still can't believe that I acted like that. Just follow your heart up past most of the brain. If you get lost in reason, move down past pain. I'll see you in court, and bring your raincoat. I'm keeping the kids, I'm keeping the house. Takes minutes to make us a baby, years to remember what that was about. In America, this is home. Stories, everybody's got one. When we die, what will we have done? There's nothing like the real thing, nothing like it. Well, it's snowing in April, something's changing in me. That's the sound of a heart that's getting clean, baby. I traded in booze for loads of caffeine, and my friends, they traded in me. Another Thanksgiving, and I'm all alone. It's my favorite holiday, and there's nobody home. No shame in the past, no pride in the future. I know, believe me, I know. With those years we spent talking, learning to agree. The truth is, I'm just thankful that you tolerated me. There's so many thorns, and there's not enough roses. My girls as they sleep, the eye as it closes. Well, this year for Thanksgiving, I'm keeping my list short. No one gets married, no one gets divorced. Can you imagine? What if the world could stand still for even a day? Well, if there was no crime, no rape and no killing, addiction suspended, no cutting or drilling. If everyone took the day off and hung out with their friends, their favorite friends. Well, I know what you're saying, it's not realistic. I've heard it my whole life, look at the statistics. But lucky for us, I'm not a guy that gives up, no, I never give up, no. 'Cause I go la 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 la, I go la 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 la, I go la 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 Thanksgiving. The harvest draws to a close. Redemption is a bugle. Humility composed. Sweet forgiveness is thawing across frozen ground. Casting light eternally, carrying the sound. And it sounds like one more. It's like that was a beautiful thing. Thank you for, yeah, you must be exhausted. Yeah, I know. We're out of time now. That was all the time we had, folks, but thanks for coming. No, it's good. Are you good? Everybody good? Okay. All right. I'm a deadhead at heart, and I like to change it up, but I realized I've opened all my sets at Falcon Ridge with this song that I'm about to sing you now, and I didn't want to break tradition too much. Some things you never get over, whatever your parents say. First on my list of these three things is the sight of my father walking away. Next on my list to be heaven, I already know what it's like, 'cause I fell in love when I was 16 with the absolute love of my life. Last on my list to be losing, someone always needs to win. Thumbing your nose at the boss, I suppose, feels like a beautiful thing. The thing that nobody tells you, you figure it out if you can. There is one thing on earth no one can touch. It's the sleep of a satisfied man. It's the sleep of a satisfied man. I don't know why I love the leaving. It's not from lack of loving you. You can't remember when you stopped breathing. I can't remember it too. But I'm coming home tomorrow, and I wanted you to know that the part of me that could make you smile is the same part that needed to go. The thing that nobody tells you, you figure it out if you can, is that they can't interfere or get inside here to the sleep of a satisfied man. Yeah, sleep of a satisfied man. Of all these things I've had to learn, there's just one that won't quit, no matter how I try. One won't quit, it's all that I can stand, and I don't quit. I never learned to say goodbye, but I hope for your sakes that you can. On April 2nd, birth of my heart, the day that the zombie awoke with a start. When I fell for Button and she fell for me, back in the spring of 1993. January 7th, 2005, birth of my blood came fully to life. Now when I see St. Peter and ask for my wings, leave me that memory and the joy that it brings. The thing that nobody tells us, we figure it out if we can. Things we never get over, that build the character of a man. If heaven, family, and children are what's left of me when I die, then I'll hope for your sake that you're better than me at learning to say goodbye. If heaven, family, and children are what's left of the race that I ran, then I'll quietly slip to the slumbering peace of a sleep of a satisfied man. Oh, the sleep of a satisfied man. Yeah, the sleep of a satisfied, and I hope you leave this festival very satisfied. Yeah. Thank you, my friends. I'd like to play a new song. It's a sing-along, and I don't know. I feel like if I were you, I wouldn't want to sing along. I'd be like, it's hot, and I paid my money. I'm not working, but that's just what's going on in my head. Nonetheless, it's a new song, so you don't know it, but I'm going to teach it to you, and I think we should sing it together. It's a song that I wrote. I have 4 kids, 4 wonderful daughters, and I was leaving for a tour this winter that was going to have me out for 6 weeks, and I was trying to fit a lot of fatherhood into a couple of days right there before the home stretch. And I was trying to finish a book that I was reading with my 2 youngest daughters by Jacqueline Woodson. Great book called Harbor Me. And so the kids are like falling asleep, and I'm like, just keep reading. Like, we can do it. Like, we can get to the end, and then I won't have this guilt hanging over my head. So we're going through the book, and suddenly it ends, and it just starts repeating earlier chapters in the book. And this is a New York Times bestseller. So I did what I sometimes do, and I went on Twitter because I was so frustrated. I was like, so I rifled off an angry tweet to Random House, like, come on, guys, what could this be any more elf than, like, I'm reading this book, and it doesn't have the end, and now I have to go off on this thing, feel guilty. So within minutes, I get a DM back from the best-selling author herself, Jacqueline Woodson, and she's like, I'm so sorry about this. These publishers, they can't get anything right. I want to send you and all your daughters signed books. And I'm thinking, that's so nice. And then she said in her DM, yeah, you're royalty in our house. And so I was like, that's nice. And then it occurred to me, she thinks I'm Stephen Kellogg, the children's author. So I'm like, ooh, what do I do? So I wrote back and I was like, oh, I'm a singer-songwriter, Stephen Kellogg. And she was nice about it. I guess she's best friends with Toshi Regan. And she said, yeah, I think I have one of your songs on a running mix or something. But as a thank you to her, I wrote this song. And I would love it. It would mean a lot to me if when we get there, if you sing it. It's about, imagining you could heal the people that you love the most that need help, just by singing along with a guy that you may or may not know. I challenge you to be honest. Everyone's afraid to tell the truth. Ain't nobody here gonna judge you. All the folks I care for got the blues. And I know that I should be grateful. I know that I should be kind. What is it that leaves me feeling hollow? Why do some of us get left behind? If there's only one place that anybody goes when the wild wind howls across the waves and through the snow, I will always be your harbor, so you know. That's the thing. Okay? I'll always be your harbor. If anyone should ever fade to black, should gravity one day cease to exist, remember, I will always have you back. A promise is forever, that don't change 'cause you're a kid. A promise is forever. And if there's only one place that anybody goes when the wild wind howls across the waves and through the snow, I will. Oh. go again. I will always be your harbor. Keep going. So you know I will. Oh, just so you know. Be a harbor. So keep going. Thank you, friends. Thanks for singing with me. I'd like to do a song I wrote. One of the best friends I have in the world. Some of you know him from his years of Falcon Ridge, but Dave Chalfant, he was a member of the Neils and produced records for so many of us. There we are. And he's just one of the greatest. I just don't think I would. I imagine that like Otis Redding knew he was going to play music. Like he sang once, and everybody's like, "Yep, that's your vocation's clear," you know. And I didn't feel that way, and I've been waiting for the bottom to drop out for 22 years, and it never has. And so that's given me sort of courage post-pandemic to do things that I was previously afraid to do and stuff like that. But you need encouragement, you know. You don't need somebody going, "What do you really do?" You know, like the doctor on the plane, who's always like, can tell that I'm his age, but we're made different choices in life, you know, and they always want to talk, and I'm an introverted guy. I'm like, I don't. And then they're like, "Have you written anything I would know?" And it's like, how the hell do I know what you listen to, man? I don't think so. Have you worked on anybody's teeth that I would know, you know? It's kind of like jockeying for position. So I've been lucky enough to have Dave Chalfant in my life for over 20 years. And I'd like to play a song off a record we just put out together. It's a song about unconditional love. And I've written a lot of songs to my wife and my family and my friends so that they'd know they're loved. But I realized I hadn't really written one that just said, you don't have to do anything to be loved. Like, you don't have to achieve anything. You can screw up. It doesn't matter to me. I'm with you, you know? And I sometimes... I forget that myself. I come home after a hard gig or something like that, and I forget that the kids don't care. They're just like, "Can I have a cookie?" You know? And if I come home and I sell out some show and feel like peacocking around the house, they're like, "Yo, great, can I have a cookie?" It's a simple transaction. So this is a song about unconditional love. Big smile, big eyes. I don't think we slept until the day that you turned 5. The next thing I know, I'm holding on so tightly and you're trying to be let go. But the one thing that never changes, it doesn't matter what the age is. When I'm standing next to you, my heart still races. There is no way in my eyes that you can fail. It's a thrill to watch you ride the rails. So go find yourself, and may the final destination be a host of evening bells. Be your own boss, 'cause everyone who's in your corner will be so much better off. The one thing that never changes. It doesn't matter what the age is. When I'm standing next to you, my heart still races. There is no way in my eyes that you can fail. I will always watch you ride the rails. And wherever your life takes you, and however your heart breaks, there is no such thing as failure if you learn from your mistakes. And I don't worry about you much because you are even stronger than your daddy ever was. And the one thing that never changes, it doesn't matter what the age is. When I'm standing next to you, my heart still races. There's no need to be exceptional. My love is always unconditional. So don't get hung up on some small details. Just get out there and ride the rails. How many of you guys were here last night? All right, then I got to do this next song. I need to write some things. If you know, you know. I got in the car, actually, and played the song immediately on the drive home, but I don't think you could have paid me to play it. It just wasn't happening. So I wrote this song with the great Lori McKenna. As I was telling you last night, my wife is perfect, and she does everything right. Yeah, I was just saying how it's real easy at home and how I'm easy to get along with. You remember how I was saying all that. So I didn't mention anything about sponges or dermatologists or arguments about colonoscopies. That was not on the table. She pours a glass of good red wine. Do you mind, he says, and does the same. The wedding photo in the hall stares back at strangers from its frame in these familiar rooms where they watch the years go by. Somewhere along the way, they both stopped trying and tried. And in his mind, he can still see her in that black dress he adored. Her girlfriends all looked up to her, and the men were always floored. She interrupts his daydream with a question of her own. For the first time in a long time, he doesn't feel like he's alone. And she said, why did you never take me to Paris or write my name in the stars? Why, when you see that I need it the most, don't you try and take me in your arms, whispering sweet consolations, as if the die weren't cast? He looked surprised and said, I guess it's 'cause you never asked. You never asked. You never asked. There's nothing that I could do that could change the past. And in her mind, she can't still see him on this graduation day, with a beard and horn-rimmed glasses and a smile that seemed to say, you'll never want for anything Baby, if you stick close by me. She interrupts his daydream and says, I know what you mean. But why do you roll your eyes at my stories and the jokes that you used to like? Why do you turn away from me when I lie down beside you at night, when my confidence is shaking? Why don't you build me up from scratch? She looked surprised and said, I guess it's 'cause you never asked. 'Cause you never asked, well, you never asked. There's nothing that we could do that could change the past. So right now I'm asking, do you love me? Right now I'm asking, do you still give a damn? How should I know? Thank God for red wine and an antique kitchen light that lets the shadows dance across the floor and hit both their faces just right. Till they're saying, why don't we take a blanket out back and watch the stars from our lawn? We could pretend it's the banks of the Seine, laugh at those dumb old stories till just before dawn. Then we'll make it like the first time, or as if it were our last. We'll answer every question we were too afraid to ask, 'cause the answer's always no if you never dare to ask. Thanks, friends. I don't know if you know, but this entire show is a benefit for Taylor Swift. To take one family of 6, every penny goes to Taylor Swift, and it's already happened. So it's just the Lumen credit cards. Anyway, speaking of Taylor Swift, I would like to bring one of my favorite singers in the world up on stage. We put out a song last month, me and the Counting Crows, and that's a band I've been listening to for 30 years. Thank you both. That's good. A little overlap here. To say you guys had a half a dozen fans at the Falcon Ridge Folk Fest. But, you know, that's just a band I had grown up listening to, and not only did I get to put that song out with them last month, but I had my 2 oldest daughters sing with me on that track. So I'd like to sing you that song, and I'd like to invite my great bud, Adeline Kellogg, on out to the stage here to sing it with me. Hey, baby. How you doing? What key did we do this? Yeah, okay. This is a song, how many of you live with others? Okay, so the majority of you. Some of you live alone. I think there's pros and cons, you know, to both. And as I mentioned last night, it was like interesting when we were all home together, the 6 of us, because we like each other, yeah. But there's a lot of times where I think to myself, I'm gonna really be a good dad today. I'm gonna be a good husband. I'm gonna be a good friend, band leader. I got it. And then somehow by like 10 in the morning, it's all devolved, and I'm like, I'm not your servant, you guys, you know, it just falls apart. And that leads to, for me, a lot of guilt by the end of the day, frequently. And then there's a moment, though, where it all comes back around, and that's when everybody goes to bed, you know? Everybody's asleep, and I'm always like, I like these people a lot, and I want to walk around and wake them all up and just tell them how I feel. And I don't, because it's awkward when you do that. But I love singing this song, and I'm glad we have it and get to sing it together. Well, I'm happy, but I've got an angry heart. I live in a world so dark that sometimes I can't see what's in front of me, and I get scared. And hey, darling, I noticed that you're still sad. It's written on your forehead that you get no peace even when you sleep, and that's not fair. I wish you could see this light that surrounds you in the night, and I almost woke you up. Words could never be enough, and I always say too much, but I almost woke you up. You're so perfect. Since the day I met you, well, that was it, I just know. But how do we get well when we hurt like hell? Damned if I know. I wish you could see this light that surrounds you in the night, and I almost woke you up. Words could never be enough, and I always say too much, but I almost woke you up. Yeah, I almost woke you. And we were taught, we were told that she cannot have, but she cannot hold. Yeah. Yeah. I wish you could see this light that surrounds you in the night, and I almost woke you up. Yeah, I almost woke you. Words could never be enough, and I always say too much, but I almost woke you up. Yeah, I almost woke you. This light, I wish you could see this light. I wish you could see it. I wish you could see me now. You have never let me down. I've been missing you so much that I almost woke you. I wish you could see this light. You could see this light. To fade, there you are, you radiate. I've been missing you so much that I almost woke you. Adeline Kellogg. All right, we're going to put Humpty back together and do 2 more songs. I don't understand. Are you guys like that? Something happened. I turned 40, And then it, like a good Subaru commercial, just knocks me over now. I am like, ah. And I will be honest, I think my kids find it pretty embarrassing, but like when we watch Prince Harry, they're like, oh, it's so sweet, he's crying. I'm like, hello. Some of you were here last night. You saw my tour manager, Shady, come out and try to save me in my time of need. And I haven't played this song in a really long time, but I wrote it for him. It's about him, and I can't believe I have this person in my life who's made me feel like Johnny Cash for 20 years, and there's no real reason he should still be here, but he is. So after last night, I just thought, I'm going to play that one tomorrow. The kind of guy that he is Last Night. It's also recently, we have a thing. We have an online merch store, and when we get orders, it hits the entire family's like phones because everybody has the app, so it's like, bing, you know, it's not what I envisioned when I wanted to be a rock star growing up, but it's okay. So we got an order, and we were in Falcon Ridge, New Jersey, and it was for a T-shirt, and we had all the T-shirts out on the road. So my wife said, hey, you're going to have to fulfill this one. So I said, Shady, would you mind bringing this over to the post office and shipping this out before we head to sound check? And he said, sure. So he packed the thing and he left, and then he came back shortly after, and he had a little grin, and I said, cool, did you ship it out? And he's like, well, it turns out it was closer to drive to the person's house than it was to go to the post office. And I have laughed so many times thinking about what that person's reaction, like, I'm not even sure that's legal. I don't think you can just show up at people's houses, but like to be like, Kellogg has his own guy. Like, I ordered a T-shirt, and 15 minutes later, it's like, you wanted this? Like, it's like Domino's. I mean, Shady is a legend. Shady, thank you for being with me. If it all ended today, you know, you and me, man, Don Quixote and Sancho. I love you. Lilac eyes release me from the sting of the queen bee. Help me to forget about the lions chasing me. If a man among us has a notion that he's free, I entreat you to the challenge. Stand on up and let's see. You get, oh, 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 oh. You get, oh, oh, oh. I never want to get old. Smiling and sunbaked, I get jealous of myself, like Shady Esperanto and the young heart's carousel. Hardest part, it's always been to resurrect my soul, lightning in my youth in the newest way. She got, oh, 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 oh. I never want to get old. To get, oh, 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 yeah, I'm never gonna get old. And you try. You try, and you try, and you try, and you try, and you try again. But you can't try enough. You keep fighting. You keep on fighting me. You keep on fighting. Don't you know you already won? Yes, we did. Two, two, one. Two, 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 one. Yep, keep it going. Summer in the city, we were hanging on the lawn, talking all the time about where the time had gone. It's not the way I thought it'd be, it's not what I was told. I got a young heart, yeah, but I never wanna get old. We never wanna get old. To get old. We never wanna get, we're never gonna get old. Yeah, I'm never gonna try. We try. And you try, and you try, you try, and you try, you try, and you try again. Oh, but you can't try enough. Thank you, Shady. I'm gonna sing you one more song. Thank you to the great staff and all the great people that make this happen, all the wonderful acts. It means a lot. I'm good. Before I play this last song, I'm going to tell you what I brought to the merchandise thing, because 4 kids. You've been hearing me talk. I don't have the luxury of not mentioning it. Obviously, there's the usual stuff. There's T-shirts and there's vinyl, and there's tote bags and onesies and hats and lots of. It's like a Urban Outfitters back there. But additionally, there's a flash drive that is all 17 albums that I made, and 6 singles and several videos. It's my life's work. It's apparently going for $35. So I have that. I have a songbook. But the most important thing that's back there, and the thing I really want to tell you about, is since the last time I saw you, I wrote a book. It was more difficult than I thought it would be, but it's called Objects in the Mirror, Thoughts on a Perfect Life from an Imperfect Person. Thank you both, a couple of readers who are excited about it. I have that, and it means a lot. It's essays about integrity and forgiveness and having a sense of humor, things like that. So after this set, I'll be there. I'd love to say hello and sign something. You've been just a wonderful, wonderful audience, and it's my honor to be singing for you today. This is a song about loving the people who are the hardest to love. And that list has grown exponentially over the last couple of years. Aunts you thought you liked, neighbors that seemed okay, you're like, no. So I wrote this as a mantra. I also wrote it in an impossibly high key, so that I wouldn't have to, it would require my full commitment, no thinking. And I promise you nothing other than my full commitment to trying to see what happens here. That need it most. The town that I called home when I was younger was a kid who used to chase me like the thunder. Well, I couldn't see it then, but I guess that we were friends all along. Who'd have thought? At a time when we were searching for a meaning, they would try to tell him there's no point in dreaming. And I heard the other day, well, I heard he passed away all alone. That same home. Everywhere I go, for all we think we know, no one ever feels like they're enough. But the more I learn, the more I learn that love. Well, it's all we need, yeah, all we need is love. The more I learn to love. These days it's been hard to find a reason. There's so many different ways to disagree. Oh, I've been raising up a toast to the ones who need it most. May we all know that love is everywhere we go. We give it even though we don't always feel like it's enough. But the more I learn that love. Well, it's all we need, yeah, all we need is love. Love. Well, the more I learn to love. And one day we'll be dust and stars. Doesn't matter who you are. All the riches on this earth won't fill your heart. Love, love, it's all we need, yeah, all we need is love. Love, well, the more I learn to and they call us bleeding hearts. Oh, how we love is who we are. And the more I learn that love. Well, it's all we need, yeah, all we need is love.
Stephen Kellogg. Stephen Kellogg. He's one of the great ones. He's one of the great ones. And you know what? He just gets better and better. He does. You're going to see him again. He's going to sound even better.